happy Tuesday night. And here, by popular demand, we have the guys from Cascade Effect. How you guys doing tonight?
Good, man. How are you?
Doing great, man.
We are absolutely fucking fantastic. It's Tuesday. We don't have to work tomorrow, and because unfortunately we work in a business that fucking we get weird ass goddamn days off. We don't get weekends like everybody does, which is some fucking bullshit. But you know, all right, we're here. We're good. So for each one of you, we're just going to go ahead and dive into it. And the way this works is every question, all of you have to answer because you all have your own independent personalities and opinions. So we want to know everybody's goddamn opinion. So nobody's not in the hot seat. Y'all all in the damn hot seat.
Love it.
All right. For each one of you, at what point in your life did you decide you wanted to be a musician? Was it a band, a family member? Like, what was that one point you're like, I want to play music. I want to be a musician?
Dustin, you go first.
All right. So pretty easy for me. Like when I was a kid growing up, my mom played guitar and sang. And then when I was 5 years old, I met our drummer who lived next door, and his parents were in a band also. So we were 5 or 6 years old watching them play, and we wanted to be in a band right from that point. And then, you know, obviously we got into metal later on, but we knew we wanted to be musicians when we were little kids.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, Sean, what you got?
Yeah. My sister was dating this guy, and he showed me this huge stack of records, and he showed me this beautiful Strat and let me play on it a little bit, and then he played an Iron Maiden album, and that was the end.
Well, that was the beginning.
Simple. So, well, yeah, it was the beginning. But yeah, and then after that, it was just me. Like, I used to go and wash washers and dryers for my dad's business for like $4, and then go over to the warehouse that we had, the warehouse in San Diego, and go buy like a tape of either whatever I could find. If it looked fucking cool and evil, I was like, oh, fuck yeah, dude. Like, I picked up on accident Poison, which, you know, the one with the tongue sticking out, and it's all like a devil looking thing. And I was like, dude, this is sick, dude. And then so that's how I found Poison, Dokken, all that shit. Yep. Yeah, I was just amazed by it all.
I was kind of the same way growing up, like when record stores still existed. You know, some of us can remember that. Most of us should be able to. I used to pick albums just by what they fucking look like.
Yep.
And I found like Tool that way, and White Zombie that way, and that way.
And dude, taking the album and like taking the insert out, looking at all the pictures, reading some of the lyrics, it used to be one of my favorite things to do, man.
In the world, like you'd read every sentence from top to bottom. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's like me. I have this ridiculous knowledge because I was a huge fan of Marilyn Manson from the day I discovered him, which was actually before Sweet Dreams ever came out. I got my hands on the album Portrait of American Family and heard Dope Hat for the first time, and I pulled that shit out, and like all throughout his career, I bought every goddamn album, learned every fucking song, learned how to play every song on bass. I was fucking obsessed with that shit.
Yeah, my first solo was Enter Sandman, believe it or not. That was like my first real solo, because we had to figure out who was going to be the solo guitar player, because both of us were scared to be like leads. But I jumped ship, and that was my first like real solo learned.
All right, fair enough. How about you, Alec?
For me, it was definitely the band Kiss. That made a huge impression on an early age. I grew up in the 70s. And you know, I had a little like a Fisher Price record player, right? But I had like one Kiss album. And I would just spin that thing. I think it was like a Kiss Alive album, the double thing. You open it up and it's got all the crazy shit in there. It's like you sit there and daydream. And at 10 years old, my dad took me and my little brother, who's 2 years younger than me, to my first concert, which was Kiss. And I will never forget that. Like that in of itself, like started the whole chain of events for me. So yeah, it was definitely Kiss.
All right, fair enough. All right, Bobby, you're up.
First two concerts growing up, Van Halen, Sabbath, and Cheap Trick Kiss Love Gun Tour. So, as a bass player, Michael Anthony, Gene Simmons, I want to do that.
All
You know,
right.
stage it gets blown up, and yeah, that was the itch that started actually.
Okay, I understand that because I'm right there. Well, for me, it was like Beavis and Butthead, and it was the very very first time that they would play the music videos during their show, and I seen Ace of Spades by Motorhead.
Mhm.
Fucking, that's the immediate second that I was like, I want to be a bass player. So I got a bass, and everybody tried to talk me out of it. They're like, nobody gives a fuck about the bassist. Play guitar, play drums, sing. And I'm like, well, no. Well, maybe I can try to sing, but I still won the bass. And then I tried, and I couldn't sing and play at the same time. And if I sing, it sounds like a goddamn cat in heat to begin with. So that was a no.
You're hired.
We're just playing the bass. All right, CP, you're up on deck, brother.
So not music related, but what is something interesting about your life that nobody else knows about?
That nobody else knows about.
Interesting.
Well, considering that we're doing this interview and anybody watching probably doesn't know us, I could probably say just about anything. I would think. I don't even know what to say about that. Maybe I don't know if anybody knows about this about me. So, I actually stopped playing guitar. Noise. Weird noise out of my house. I stopped playing guitar for about 25 years. And I only picked it back up again, I guess it's 9 years ago. And I hadn't done any bands, hadn't done like nothing until I moved to San Diego, where I was there for about 5 years before I met these guys and joined up with them. And a year later, we were playing a festival for 90,000 people.
Shit.
Damn.
I thought I might shit my pants at that point, but all right.
I saved my underwear actually with the shit stain on it, just so I could remember it.
Yeah,
Remember that
that would scare the holy shit out of me. All right.
Yeah,
Good.
I had to take multiple trips to the porta potty before that one.
Oh, I'm sure. And we're supposed to be like stone cold and like it doesn't even fucking bother us, but
Oh yeah.
it's like we deep down, like from the age of like 15 all the way to like 20 something, I would throw up every single time before I got on stage. Didn't matter if it was 10 people or 1,000 people. I'd puke my guts out every damn time.
I don't have that far, but like I know what you're talking about, man. I get butterflies before I'm even at the club or the show or whatever it is. Every time. And you know what's cool about that is that just means that you give a shit about what the hell you're about to do, and it's real, so
I've given a lot of shits about it.
Literal shits.
shit about it.
I can agree with the butterfly thing. I know for me, if the bigger the butterfly, the better show I know I'm going to have. So if it's Mothra, it's going to be a good night. For me, anyway.
Yeah, but you don't need to break out in hives like what I did in Reno right before we went on. That's not good.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. I remember
Dude.
that.
Yeah, I've had Red Bull all my life. I had one of the yellow Red Bulls and a vodka just to kind of pick me up. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, I'm really itchy. And all of a sudden, like my lips are puffing up. I look like I just got, the injections and stuff, and my feet are puffing up, dude, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I've been poisoned. So we're at a Virginia brew house in Reno, and right outside there's a liquor store right there. So I grabbed a Benadryl because I figured, okay, this looks like hives, I think. And man, it was crazy, dude. I ate that and then went up, and yeah, it was hard to play. I had to really focus, and my feet were swollen and hurting, and so I couldn't really do like what I normally do. But I got through it, man. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Don't do that.
Holy shit. All
Yeah, I
right,
had a
Bob.
bad luck stream for a little while. Like weird shit was happening to me, like right before we would go on. I don't know what that was all about, but those demons have left. So we're good.
Jesus. All right, Dustin, how about you, man?
Something people don't know about my life.
Yep.
I really got to think, man. Like,
Weren't you in the military?
yeah, but I mean, people know that.
Nobody on this show does.
Okay, well, no one here knows this, but yeah, I'm a military veteran.
Okay.
I was in the Navy.
Service.
I traveled overseas for wartime stuff, and that was a long time ago now.
Yeah.
We thank you for your service.
Yes,
Thanks,
we do.
man.
All right, Sean, how about you?
Well, after we've talked about how a lot of people don't really know, I mean, I know that a lot of people probably don't know that I have like my own business. I raised 4 kids. I live in California, and I am my own.
Nobody knew that.
I'm my own, and so I make my own schedule. I do telecommunications and run and networks, computer networks. So I couple that somehow with being a musician, because I have a fascination for circuitry, running boards, making signals happen, all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. There's just something about it that I'm supposed to do. So that
somehow Sean turned us into an advertisement for his company. I'm not sure how he'd make that.
That's Sean's Telecom.
Well played, sir. Well played.
That was not the intention, but yeah.
Hey, we got sponsorship spots on the podcast. I'm just throwing that out there.
And I'll talk to you after.
All right, Bobby, how about you, man?
I'm the shortest guy in the band.
Okay.
Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Aren't you also the oldest guy in the band?
could be. Maybe.
Oh, is that true? I didn't know that.
I have 3 clones, all different age groups, 70s, 80s, 90s. So just depends which guy comes out for the day, But I think most of my friends know I'm a carpenter, so that's something I like to do. Get the whack things, make okay money. Right now, building an 8,000 whacking, definitely whacking. Right now, building an 8,000 square foot restaurant on the beach. So,
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, Dash, you're up.
All right, guys. If y'all can go anywhere in the world to play, where would you choose to go?
Talking.
That was fast.
That was really quick.
You didn't even finish the sentence.
Honestly,
That is a
dude,
track record right
I'm
there.
too, man. I'd go straight back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, anywhere in Europe, to be honest. Any festival out there, but obviously Vakken would be bad.
After playing Vakken last year, like it's everything pales in comparison to the sheer size and like everything about it was just incredible.
And like people from all over the world go there, and especially from all the European countries, they all go there. So it's really like a big melting pot of different cultures, and everybody. It's like that whole universal language feeling of metal. Where
I think it's that way with like any big festival, because like I normally always go to Welcome to Rockville, every one that I always go to. And whenever I was there just this last couple of months ago, I met this couple from Budapest that flew in to come see the show. I met a couple from Ireland. I met a couple from Moscow. I met somebody from fucking just somewhere over in India. Like I met people from like all over the world within these fucking 4 days. And I'm just like, y'all really flew in for this festival? I was like, man, you guys got like way bigger festivals over there. Like, yeah, but Welcome to Rockville is like the big one in the United States. And I'm like, oh no, the United States has a lot of big ones. There's a lot. Anything of Danny Wimmer is gonna be huge. So take your fucking pick. Fucking Louder Than Life, Welcome to Rockville, Aftershock, Incarceration. Take your goddamn pick.
Yeah.
I'll pick any one of those.
Yeah.
See, for me, I drove CB and my girlfriend nuts last night because I sat there for hours watching fucking footage for Hellfest because I want to go to Hellfest so fucking bad I can't stand it. And it really doesn't have to do with bands because I guarantee you most of the bands playing I've seen at least once or twice already. It's just a simple fact of what it looks like and the fucking layout and all the extra shit that they have. It's just insane.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to be a part of it just once. I don't even care if I'm not playing. Just to be there, to be a spectator, I would be completely happy.
Yeah.
Now, if I got to play it, all right, I'll take that.
I
If it's just
I think we'd all take that.
yeah, if it's just being there to be a spectator, yeah, I'm down. Either that or Download Festival. I've always wanted to go to Download also.
Yeah. I gotta tell you though, you know, being an artist, like being treated like an artist, well, and being an artist at a festival, it's like a total game changer. You know, going to a festival is one thing; it's cool, it's fun, but you know, getting a treatment like it, like a VIP. I mean, that was. I mean, if I go to a festival again, like I'm spending the money to do the VIP. Like,
oh yeah, dude! Every year I go to a festival because I usually go to several every year. Like I've got one. Me and CB are going to Vans Warped Tour in Orlando in November, and their VIP is the way to go. If you don't go VIP, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not very fun. Like it's great that you get to see the bands, but GA really sucks compared to VIP.
It ain't my favorite.
No.
No, when you have like no shade, fucking no special seating, you
No
have
place
to
to sit down. No.
every goddamn fucking band. You have to fight your way to the fucking front for everything. And if you do fight your way up the front, if you got a band right after that playing, you're fucked because you're going to be all the way back. So you got to like pick and choose who you want to see the worst, the closest, and you know it's really shit.
You could get the experience like Dustin and I had, and Seth was there too at Buck, and we went to watch Whitechapel. And we got there like an hour early. We were like right up in the front. We're like, this is gonna be sick. And for the entire show, there was more body surfing than I've seen. Like it was a constant barrage of people getting dumped on us. Like the whole freaking, we spent most of the time turned around, just ready to like lift people over our heads on security's arms.
That's how it was at Welcome to Rockville. So the vocalist on one of my bands that I played for, she flew from Texas all the way to South Carolina to go to Florida with me to go to Welcome to Rockville. Well, we wanted to see Knocked Loose. We wanted to be up front and personal for Knocked Loose. So we did. We heard all the stories about how violent Knocked Loose pits are. So we're like, fuck it, we're going to do it. And it was, I've never had a barrage of fucking bodies on top of me. I did get fucking Knocked Loose.
Yeah.
I barely got to watch it because I'm a musician. I like to do it. I like to watch the show. I like to see what they're playing, what brands of instruments they're using. Like, I like to see the whole thing. And I couldn't really watch Knocked Loose because it was like goddamn 200 bodies. They were fucking. Now, I did get to see the biggest wall of death ever recorded at Welcome to Rockville, which was at Knocked Loose. So that was dope. It was scary as shit, but it was dope.
Was that with Slaughter to Prevail or anything like that? Who was it?
It was a band called Knocked Loose.
Oh, Knocked Loose. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you haven't heard of them, go look them up because they are fucking intense.
Yes, they are.
They're kind of up there, I guess. Well, they're not quite like Whitechapel, but they're about as intense as Whitechapel is. The vocalization is way different. It's not quite deathcore, but I don't really know what to call it. I'm not a genre Nazi. I know all these people, which leads to my next question. How do you guys feel about all these goddamn 50,000 subgenres of metal? Because, like, to me, metal's metal.
Yeah.
It just sounds different, has unique sounds, shit like that. I feel like metal's metal, but you tell that to some of these like younger kids out there, they're in like their mid 30s and lower, they're like, oh no, this is goddamn death slam hardcore, some fucking whatever goddamn 15 fucking words it is. And I'm like, what?
Everything's got to have a label.
Yeah, dude.
I think metal's defined by the decade, right? 'Cause
Exactly.
in the 70s, Black Sabbath was metal. In the 80s, there was all kinds of new metal. Metallica came up, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest. That was all considered metal. If you grew up in the 80s, people were like, oh, Ozzy Osbourne,
That's
devil
metal.
music. Yeah, all metal.
Right.
Then 90s hit Pantera, right? They go to the 2000s, all these. It's just metal. You know, it just happens. It's all defined by the decade and also by the age group that grew up with it, right? Because we all grew up at different times and we all grew up on different types of music. You know, it's all metal though. Yeah, well, other things I'm sure, but yeah, I agree with you. I'm like, it's just metal. But if you're like as a musician, because the second I walk outside, like everybody, because of my hair, everybody's like staring at me. Who's the old guy with long hair? And like, somebody asks me like, "Are you a musician?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, well, what do you play? I play guitar. You play in a band? Like, yeah. I play metal, and they'll always go like, "Oh, like," and they'll name some band they know that's metal, right? So, but that's like that's how they. Oh, that's metal. You know, wherever that band happened to be. I'm like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like that.
Yeah. I think obviously metal comes in all shapes and sizes and forms, and like it's just all started from one thing and branched off into all these different subgenres that I personally can't keep up with, you know. Sometimes I'll find one and be like, oh, so this band is this, huh? Okay, cool. But I'm barely scratching the surface, dude. People are rambling off all this stuff. I don't even know what you're talking about anymore, dude.
That was one of the really cool things.
You lost me.
The really cool things about Wacken, and I love all festivals like this, but I think Wacken had every decade represented there. There were bands from the 70s, from the 80s, from the 90s, from every decade they were there. You know, they had, Gene Simmons, like his solo act played, you know, and then Mr. Big played, and then, Spirit Box, a new band, Whitechapel played, Korn played, Accept played, Scorpions played. Like that's every decade for the last 40 years.
Well, I mean, that's kind of how like Welcome to Rockville was, especially this last year, because they actually kind of tried to theme the stages, and like one stage was a lot of like old like pop punk, like fucking they had like Bowling for Soup and Newfound Glory, and Green Day was the big headliner on that day, and fucking I think they had like Less Than Jake fucking played, and all these like big time Good Charlotte fucking played, and but you had once like all because Guar fucking played. You had Hellstorm. You had Bad Omens. You had fucking We Came as Romans, Killswitch Engage. Hell, even ICP played fucking Welcome to Rockville this last year. Absolutely fucking nuts. Like I went to see it.
I just saw a post.
I don't like ICP, but I had to have like the experience of seeing them perform at least once.
Yeah.
Just to see what it was about. And I was like, all right, I'm happy now. After I took a shot to the rib cage with a 2-liter bottle of Faygo, I was like, all right, I'm done.
Dude, they destroyed the brick. At one point, ICP came to our our main metal club out here that everyone goes to, and they fucking destroyed it, dude. The whole place was covered in Faygo, dude. And I think the floor is still sticky. And that was like 10 years ago or something.
Oh, I was...
Dude, the Abuse, we played with Sprung Monkey and ICP one night in East County. It was ICP, Sprung Monkey, and the Abuse. This is a band I was in a long time ago. And that whole place turned into like a movie scene bar fight. Like people were throwing chairs and shit, and then it was the craziest thing I've ever seen, man. That was like the craziest night ever, dude. But it was cool to do it, man, and cool people,
That's fucking nuts. All right, Bobby, how do you feel about all these 50,000 subgenres?
Yeah, I think the young guys just make up names. It's double Gigenti with a groove, groovy Gigent. I don't know. Metal. At the end of the day, it's all metal. You know, give me loud guitars, good bass, double bass, drums, and a fucking rad singer. It's metal. If you strip it down, right?
Right. I mean, that's
Right.
kind of how I feel about it. You can add whatever you want, but I mean, at the end of the day, metal's metal. You can add goddamn. I hear bands now adding saxophone players. It's still fucking metal.
Yeah, dude.
Yep. Hell yeah.
I know. What the hell was that? I just seen that video the other day, and it's like super fucking heavy, and then it's all. Oh, I think it was that one dude. That. Oh fuck. Anyway, yeah.
Well,
Never
there's
mind.
a
But,
band. There's a newer band out from. I think they're from Connecticut called Dreamwake. That I've become a big fan of.
Yeah.
You haven't heard of
Sounds
them, go
familiar.
check them out because they're very well. They're very like they mix like 80s style with metal, and their music videos look like they're in the 80s. They use a lot of fucking neon lights. They even dress like they're from the fucking 80s, but it's fucking metal. It's like metalcore metal with a goddamn saxophone.
That whole
Yeah.
that
like it.
whole
Yeah, it's
nostalgia
blowing
thing
my-
is
mind-blowing.
really big right now.
Oh, they play the fuck out of that nostalgia shit bad. I love it.
Well, you know what's one thing that a lot of people that don't know about our singer is that he also plays saxophone, and we keep forgetting that we talked about this. We were like, dude, we got to do something with saxophone, and
we're
keep
still-
forgetting about it.
Yeah. We definitely got to do it, man. I mean, I got a saxophone sitting right here.
Bust it out. Let's see it. Do a metal line right now.
Maybe your wife.
Can we do our own version of Lost Boys?
Yeah. Dude,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what we do, bro. You know the song
Cabela.
Lost Boys?
I still believe.
If you want to, if maybe this band, Dustin turned me on to this band when it comes to like mixing genres, is Aurora Wave. Have you guys heard of Aurora Wave?
She says do it. She
Now
says
you
do it.
gotta do
Yeah.
now you gotta do it.
Now we got to do it.
Hey, the big boss lady says you got to do it too, so it's done. Now you got to do it.
The deal's done, dude.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure your wife called you out, so
Yeah.
that's really got to, if the boss lady says you got to, you don't have another choice.
We really stepped in it now, man.
Oh well, now she says you got to do it shirtless. So
Oh, wait, what?
what's wrong with this?
The only thing you're missing now
What kind of
is
show is it?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
going a
let's
little
start.
too far.
It's starting to get a
Get
little
the strip poker
borderline
out. Let's go.
pornographic. That music video would be in her private collection. At the end of the day.
Yeah. You got to add the grease, too, like the dude's all greased up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got to. All right, CB, you're up on deck, brother.
All right, so what is your guys' favorite horror movie?
Ooh. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I got mine, dude.
I've got mine.
Favorite
So-
four?
Horror.
Favorite horror movie.
Horror.
Oh,
Horror.
Yeah.
Scary movie.
Horror.
What's your
Jeff is
favorite
stuck
scary?
over here.
HO, not WH.
I don't
When I
know.
was-
I think that place is in Texas.
We're not talking Debbie Does Dallas now, all right?
When I was growing up, one of my hobbies with my best friend, our drummer, was to go to Blockbuster and try to rent every horror movie that they had on the shelf, dude. But out of all the movies I've seen, for some reason, the one that like creeps me out the most or gets under my skin is Event Horizon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good one.
Fuck.
That movie is fuck, man. It's just
No, I'm right there with you. So I have this massive obsession with movies that are based off of anything H.P. Lovecraft.
yeah, yeah.
Horizon.
Mhm.
And it's like you watch anything that's like H.P. Lovecraftian, that shit is just fucked. I mean,
Yeah.
it's fucked. If it's done right, it's fucked.
I have a thing for that too, man.
Like the old movie From Beyond and the Reanimator series and that new one with, or it's
Yeah.
not really new, but it had Nicolas Cage in it called The Color Purple or something like that. That movie was fucked. That movie that came out a couple of years called The Void. The Void was really super fucked.
I got a good one. Hellraiser.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
you took mine, motherfucker.
I'm sorry.
I got another one though. We're all right. I got a part 2. Go ahead.
I was a big fan of Hellraiser. I still am. Most of them, at least the ones that had, the original fucking Pinhead had Doug Bradley.
I think when you got to like 5 and 6, it was like, and we're out of ideas. Bring out Pinhead. That's it. That's all we got.
Right.
Well, now they got that remake with a female Pinhead, which I have not seen it yet. I've heard it's good, but I haven't seen it. And then they do have the video game Hellraiser Revival coming out, which Doug Bradley is the voice of Pinhead in the video game. So I actually watched the me and him watched
advertisement for that.
Yeah, we watched a trailer for it. We're both looking at it like, yeah, we might need to pre-order this.
Yeah.
Just to fucking play.
Well, I loved the original American Werewolf in London. Sorry.
Oh yeah,
American Werewolf in London.
Classic.
So there's a little backstory though to it. The reason I saw that movie is because my sister used to babysit me. She's 9 years older than I am, and she loved to fucking scare the shit out of me and my cousins as much as she could. And when the parents were gone, the fucking scary movies came out, and she was just evil, bro. And so it scarred me, but in a good way. Like, I love horror movies now because of that. But in the beginning, it was like we were scared little kids. She actually said there was a werewolf that lived in the rocks in the back of the house and took us out there and threw me in the fucking, like, the hole and scared the shit out of me, man. I will never forget that. But yeah, so
I'm right
the
there
story
with you.
that she had.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, I was just going to say the story that she had mixed with the story of the American Horror or the American Werewolf in London when they're walking. And he's like, David, we're not on the path anymore. He said not to stray off the path. And then it shows the full moon. And then all of a sudden the thing starts crawling around and just attacks them. That was the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life, man. It's like a 7-year-old, It was great.
Oh, I have a love for werewolf movies, especially if it's done well. And I actually watched when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I watched the very first one I watched was Stephen King's Silver Bullet. Then, as soon as Silver Bullet
that was my other one.
we watched American Werewolf in London, and that was actually back, if you remember the USA channel, Up Late Night with Gilbert Gottfried, when he did all the horror movies like back late at night. And there was a night that he did nothing but werewolf movies for there was 3 or 4 of them back to back, but it was like Silver Bullet, American Werewolf in London, I think the original Wolfman,
Howling. Howling.
It was Howling movies. I think it was like Howling 2, Your Sister's a Werewolf or something. It was the first time that I seen titties on screen, and I was like, whoa.
Rewind.
Yeah. All right. Pause it. All right, what you got,
and then the
Alex?
satellite dish, you just start moving it a little bit, and you can see through the freaking little lines when your parents are gone, and you can see through it. You're like, oh,
I'm that
shit,
age.
that's
I remember the
Playboy
black box.
channel. I can see it.
Yeah, put the aluminum foil on the fucking antenna and shit. All right, Alec, what you got?
Well, so I've been married for over 30 years, and my wife hates horror movies.
Ouch.
I don't think I've watched a horror movie aside from
You're not allowed.
maybe Halloween, which we watch every year because that's the level of scary that we can deal with in this household. Although Halloween is a when it comes up to horror movies, like that's what started it. And similar to your story, Jazz, is that Halloween 2 was the first time I saw movies on TV.
Okay.
That was awesome. I was watching the show with my mom, which made it even more special.
Oh yeah, mine was Howling, and then after that, I think it was Puppet Master.
Ooh,
So
that was a gnarly.
good one.
yeah, Puppet Master was like that's when I really got obsessed with horror films, was watching Puppet Master for the first time. And then I started watching everything by Full Moon Productions because they had so many fucking movies out, and I got through watching everything from Demonic Toys to Doll Man to Scanners, Pit and the Pendulum, fucking every movie they have, which it's crazy that Full Moon is still in operation today.
Wow.
They're nowhere near as good as they used to be. They're even like way worse B-rated than they ever were. Like back then they were actually pretty good. Now they're like horrible. Horrible.
Another good old school Phantasm.
You know,
Oh, I own that whole entire collection.
Oh fuck yeah, dude, that's sick. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I own the whole
The
thing.
first time you see the ball come out, it's like, oh,
you remember?
shit.
Ooh, the gate. That was a good
Yeah.
one.
Dude, the gate was a fucked up one, dude. Those little creatures.
Yeah, I remember the gate. I remember renting that on VHS.
That was.
I still remember. I used to go to, like, growing up. My great grandfather had raised me, and Saturday, as long as I did good during the week and I had good grades, I didn't get in trouble, I did my chores and all that, he'd take me to the comic book store, let me get a few comics, some Pogs, and some collector cards, because I was big into Marvel and DC. So I'd get some fucking comic books, I'd get a stack of Pogs, I'd get some of the fucking Marvel collector cards, and they'd take me next door to the movie store, let me rent like 2-3 fucking movies over the weekend, because they're like 10 cents a fucking movie at that point.
Yeah.
So I'd sit there and I can remember this day, like all these movies I rented just based off of the cover. I was like, oh, that looks cool. And I watched like fucking Dead and fucking Dolls and Child's Play. And I could just sit there and go on and on and on and on about all these fucking movies. And I'm like, horror was the greatest during the 80s. 80s horror, you just cannot fucking beat it.
As a parent, that sounds more like a way to get your kids
I will
to
say,
shut
though,
the fuck up.
there is some modern movies that are pretty fucking gnarly.
Yeah, there's a few. I don't like all the CGI. I'm still like a practical effects guy. Like I like the practical effects because to me it looked more realistic. It was more intense. There was more art to it than all this computerized
pop out
bullshit. Like that's why that's why I loved Evil Dead. I fell in love because I was obsessed with for the longest time I thought I was going to be a guy that did special effects. So I learned how to make masks, and I played with latex and fake blood and all this other shit. And I always went like above and beyond during Halloween, trying to make myself the most grotesque monster I could possibly come up with.
Yeah.
I
concur with that.
You talking about like the old school effects? Every time I think of that, I think of the Night of the Living Dead. The dude with the spine, when his head's all like up on top of his spine and all those effects were gnarly, dude. I remember watching that movie and being like, oh my god, like it looked pretty realistic.
Oh yeah, or watching The Thing with Kurt Russell. The Thing
pretty wild.
Sucked. Like when I watched The Thing for the first time, I was like, what in the fuck is going on?
Yeah, man.
This head just fucking grew legs and fucking tentacles and shit out of it. What in the hell? All right, CB.
I mean, speaking of scary, there was a film in 2009 that came out called The Fourth Kind. I don't know if you guys saw that one. It's more of an alien movie.
Yeah.
But it has owls in it and shit. It has owls in it, and I have a lot of owls around here, so it really fucked with me, dude. I couldn't sleep for about 3 days after watching that one. I don't want to ruin it for anybody out there watching this, but it's a good alien movie, and it scared the fucking shit out of me. And it's basically based off of a true story, supposedly. So I don't know.
Actually, I think Daffy is actually the one that's up on next. So Daffy, go ahead.
All right, guys. So if rock and metal was not ever a genre, what genre would you choose to play?
Oof.
Gay bar music.
Okay.
What's that sound like?
A little mixture of disco and a little bit of hip hop. You know, that would be mine.
I like that answer.
I guess my question is, what are my options?
Anything but rock and metal.
I can't play those two. Those didn't exist. I don't even know. I guess as a guitar player, I'd probably do bluegrass.
Ooh.
Because bluegrass guitar players are sick.
Bluegrass, huh?
Yeah, for me, it would definitely be ska.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Well, so growing up, like I was a big fan of like the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones and Goldfinger and No Doubt and all that shit. So like, yeah, for me, it would hands down, I would fucking play ska.
Oh yeah.
You ever heard of Skankin' Pickle? They were an old band back in the day.
Is that what you call your penis?
Yeah, they're awesome. Skankin'
Dragon whore.
So if you guys could have your choice and you're putting together a tour and you guys are playing this tour and you had a choice of 3 bands to take with you to go on tour, who would those bands be?
like big bands, like if you could
Any, it doesn't matter. It could be little, it could be big.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Oh.
Flame.
Okay. Corn, Devil Driver, and Fractures. Our local buddies, Fractures. We just take them along with us and party the whole time.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That's it.
How what you got, Dustin?
Oh fuck. Well, I would I would also have Corn, and then I would have Gojira,
Yes.
and then I would have In Flames.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all in on it.
Winner. Yeah.
And then I would be a very, very happy person.
I'm a huge In Flames fan.
Yes.
Huge. They were one of my big inspirations when I first got into like really starting to like play into bands and all that shit. Ooh, Korn, Whitechapel, and In Flames. Whitechapel, I love Whitechapel. That's also one of my other favorite bands.
Also one of my favorites. Our favorites.
I love fucking. We share a lot of shits. Apparently.
Yep, that's what it looks like.
It's all right. My actual name is Dustin too, so
There you go. Oh.
even weirder.
Be down with Dustin picks because we're pretty close to the same thing. I think one band I would throw in that's new and uprising would be Orbit Culture.
Yeah,
Oh, I do like. I've been listening to them a lot here
Yeah.
lately.
I like them.
I found them on Amazon Music. I'd never heard them, and I just play like a mix of whatever metal is up and coming. So it plays a lot of like fucking everything from small bands to big bands. And Orbit Culture pulled up the other day. I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" And
It's kind of like if there's their guitar player singer, you can definitely do the Hetfield. You know what I mean? And some of their songs, and he's got that tone of that. But I actually got to meet them when they played San Diego at Avatar. So super cool dudes.
Another band I love is fucking Avatar.
Oh fuck yes!
Yeah,
I've got a couple of stories about Avatar.
Johannes and Heinrich.
I have hung out and partied with them guys like 3 times, and they are a fucking trip. You will have the funnest time of your life if you end up hanging out with Avatar and talking with them and just talking shit. It is the funnest time ever.
We'll be seeing them in November, actually, in San Diego for the new tour. So got VIP. Gonna be fun.
Okay. Fair enough. All right,
Hey man,
Steve.
Oh, you got
if you can
VIP.
convince 5 guys to like, we're gonna wear circus outfits and play circus metal, that's fuck. I mean, I saw them in the Hellfest. Might have been right after COVID. And it's like, oh, these guys are fucking sick. You know, they all buy into what they are, and that was amazing. You know.
Yeah, the first time I seen them, they weren't really that big yet. Nobody knew who they were, but they were playing the pre-party for Welcome to Rockville one year. And which there was like 5 bands that played. It was like the day before. It was free public. They could just come and show up. It didn't matter if you had tickets to Welcome to Rockville or not, you could go and play. And so they played. It was like them, Non-Point, 36 Crazy Fists, POD, and Flames. We're all playing the pre-party, and Avatar was actually, surprisingly, they weren't the first band up. The headliner that night was Non-Point, but they played right before Non-Point, and they came out with like goddamn midgets, a dude with no legs, sword swallower, a whole freak show. The whole entire time, and I'm just like, what in the fuck is going on? This is the coolest shit I've ever seen, and they're phenomenal. And I went up and dropped like $300 at their merch booth.
Oh.
And they at the merch booth once I got up there, but at this time, only one of them could speak English. The rest of them didn't speak English.
Probably Johanna. Yeah.
So I talked to them, and I talked to their merch guy, and I bought like $300 worth of merch. Well, the following year, they were actually playing one of the big stages at Welcome to Rockville because they had blown up at this point.
Right.
And I went into VIP to go eat, and I'm sitting there fucking eating. I was with my ex-wife at the time, and I was like, me and her were the only 2 people wearing Avatar shirts. And they walked in with their signature Hawaiian shirts, Hawaiian shorts. And they seen the shirts and walked right over to us. The whole damn band is sat down. They're like, "Can we eat with you guys? You're the only people we've seen wearing shirts." I'm like, "Yeah, no, I'm not gonna tell you no. Fuck yeah, you can eat with me." So
Yeah, they are the hair whip kings actually in metal, probably.
Yeah, agreed.
It's insane. They won't be able to move their heads for about 10 years, but it's amazing. You know.
Probably they're gonna have some spinal issues here.
Oh, definitely.
If not already. All right, CB, you're up on deck, brother.
All right. So from each of you, what is a couple things of advice that you would give to any new bands coming up or any new players or younger players? What would be those couple things of advice that you can give them?
Good question.
All right, I got this one. 1, find like-minded individuals. Now, I'm not talking like good musicians. I'm talking people who want to do what you do. Right? You can find a good musician. You can throw a fucking rock and hit 20 of them. But that doesn't mean they want to do what you do. Have that conversation very early on in whatever project you're building or conceptualizing. Talk about what you want to do with it, because you don't want to go through, I've done this, the nonsense, not nonsense, but the process of creating and writing and recording, only to discover after the fact that most of the band members just think it's a hobby. Well, half of the band members want to go on tour and do all the usual stuff. Have those conversations early. Find people who want to do what you do. Like-minded individuals, not good musicians. You can find a good musician, that won't be an issue. Sean, one of you is plenty.
He just morphed. Now we've all switched locations. This is fucking me up. Hold on. Okay, there we go.
It's too much.
I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, I was just the screen went blank, and I had to come back in. There was a lot of latency going on, but now I'm refreshed. So
You're good.
here we go.
I have a lot of advice to new musicians, but I think that's a pretty important one.
I agree with that.
Is that what the question is right now?
Yes.
What advice would you
Like
give
what we
to
would tell?
young up and coming musicians or bands?
Just be consistent on online, man. You know, I don't know what you guys have already talked about, but yeah, you gotta. The thing that frustrates me a lot with other bands is when you play with them and they don't advertise or do anything, they just play shows. Like, we want to play in front of people, so we got an opportunity with 3 other bands to network to make it bigger through their branch of the tree. Like, let's make this a big party. It's like everybody's wants to party, but then they're like, well, but I'm just coming by myself, and it's like, well, what are we doing this for? So my advice is to get sharp with the media shit, talk, network, all that. That's all I got.
I think I would agree with Alex. Sorry. Find like-minded souls and become a brotherhood, because that's going to carry you through the shitty times and personal conflicts. We all have personal shit we deal with on the daily, but your brothers will always be there for you. And that's important, because if you do make it, shit's going to get weird quick. There's going to be fucking shit, and you gotta stay consistent with each other, I think. Sorry, man. That's coming from a bass player. No one's going to hear it, but that was my thought.
It's always the bass player, damn it.
I wasn't listening anyway. We're good.
Yeah, neither was I. I'm actually just miming this.
All right, what you got, Dustin?
All I would say is, like, if you really feel it in your soul, just don't stop, dude. Just never quit. Just always keep trying to get better. Like, always try to do shit that's harder than what you can do.
Right.
And don't stop. Don't take a break from it. Just keep going, dude.
Well, and to add to that, like, you want to hone in your craft, and so the more you write, the better you get at it, and the more fun you can have with it, the more you practice it, and the more you do it. So, like, don't stop writing.
Yeah.
Just keep writing.
I guess I'm a little different. Like, I had a lot of friends that got told that they sucked, and that kind of discouraged them, so they quit. Well, every time I got told I sucked, I got pissed off, and I just went harder.
Yeah.
Because I was a stubborn motherfucker. I'm still stubborn as fuck. And I think I'm the greatest? No. But you give me a challenge, I'm damn sure going to try to fucking figure shit out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, damn sure.
That's how legends are
right.
made, dude.
Exactly.
The best revenge is success.
I like
That
that.
is very, very, very.
You prove them wrong.
All right. On that, we have ran out of time. But for those of you that are watching, please stay put, because we actually have a video from Cascade Effect. Watch. If you dig this, please make sure you go to all their social media accounts, go like them, follow them, subscribe, go to a fucking local show, download the music, do all the shit. Don't be a pansy ass. Get your ass out. Go to a fucking show. You're going to have a good time. Even if you're by yourself, don't be a pussy. It's going to be okay. You'll meet friends. It's going to be all right.
I just laughed so hard because we've been kind of making jokes about that, like, lately, like, over what was one of those videos you were like, hey, fuckos, like, get your ass out to the show. Like, we still got to do that video, man.
Those are the videos that I want to post but don't.
Yeah, well, good idea, but it might be bad idea.
We're out of here. You know what we say. Don't drink and drive. Be good to each other. For the love of the gods and goddesses, please wrap your fucking tool on that. Here is the video for God Particle, and we are out of here. See you guys later.
Thank you guys.
Thanks for having me, brother.